Hello friends, welcome back. In this tutorial we will study about symmetric key cipher. But first of all, I would like to tell you about the term cryptography. This word cryptography is a word with Greek origins. It means secret writing. Cryptography refers to the science and art of transforming messages to make them secure and immune to attacks. Now we will study about symmetric key cipher. Now what happens in symmetric key cipher? Suppose entity A has to send a message to entity B over an insecure channel. The original message is called plain text, and this plain text is converted into another form called ciphertext. The ciphertext is sent through the channel. It is assumed that even if attacker obtains a copy of ciphertext, he will not understand the content of the message. To create a ciphertext from plain text, entity A will use an encryption algorithm and a shared secret key. The ciphertext is transmitted over the channel, and to create plain text from ciphertext, entity B will use a decryption algorithm and the same shared secret key. So what happens? Encryption and decryption algorithms refer to ciphers. Right? Encryption and decryption algorithms, they are referred to ciphers. Right? So what happens? The key is the set of values that the cipher as an algorithm operates on. Right? The key is the set of values that the cipher as an algorithm operates on. So what happens? The symmetric key encipherment uses a single key, right? The key itself may be a set of values, right? So what happens? The symmetric key encipherment uses a single key for both encryption and decryption. Now what happens? The encryption and decryption algorithms are inverses of each other, right? The encryption and decryption algorithms are inverses of each other. So what does it mean? Suppose if P is the plain text, C is the ciphertext, and key is the K, right? P is the plain text and C denotes ciphertext and K denotes key, right? Then the encryption algorithm EKX, right? This encryption algorithm creates the ciphertext from the plain text, and the decryption algorithm, right, DKX, what it does, it creates the plain text from the ciphertext, right? And here we assume that these EKX and DKX, these two are inverses of each other, right? Here we have assumed that these two EKX and DKX, they are inverses of each other, right? So it means they cancel the effect of each other if they are applied one after another, right? So they are inverses of each other. Then what does it mean? It means they cancel the effect of each other if they are applied one after the other on the same input, right? So here you can see in this equation that what they does, they cancel the effect of each other, right? EKX and DKX, they cancel the effect of each other if they are applied one after the other on the same input, right? Now what happens using a symmetric key encipherment? The same key is used for communication in both directions, right? So what does it mean? It means that in communication from entity A to entity B, and in communication from entity B to entity A, the same key is used, right? Now suppose there is a person A and he has to communicate with different persons B and C. So in this case what happens? Person A needs different secret keys to communicate with different persons, right? If person A has to communicate with persons B and C, then A needs two different secret keys, one to communicate with person B, another to communicate with person C, right? Now the next is Kerckhoffs principle. So what this principle says, based on Kerckhoffs principle, one should always assume that the adversary or attacker knows the encryption decryption algorithm. So the resistance of the cipher to attack must be based on the secrecy of the key, right? So in other words, the guessing the key should be so difficult that there is no need to hide encryption decryption algorithm, right? This is the Kerckhoffs principle. So what the Kerckhoffs principle says, based on Kerckhoffs principle, one should always assume that adversary or attacker knows encryption decryption algorithm. So the resistance of the cipher to attack must be based on the secrecy of the key. In other words, we can say that guessing the key should be so difficult that there is no need to hide encryption decryption algorithm. So about them, encryption and decryption algorithms, we will study in detail in later in another tutorials.